Welcome to another episode of Pixel Perfect Gaming. In this episode, Pat and I will be talking about this. We'll be talking a little bit about that. And at the very end, we're going to cover a little bit of detail about E3 because why the fuck not? So without further ado, let's get into the episode.
Perfect.
Hello everyone, welcome to episode 30 of Pixel Perfect Gaming. I am Chris.
And I am Patrick. Hello.
And we've made
Welcome.
it. We've made it to 30 episodes.
Once we hit 33, we are officially 1/3 of the way to 100.
That's true. That's true. It's been almost 8 months that we've been working on this.
Yeah.
Which is not bad. I had to look at the date because I didn't know where we were.
Do something for like when we hit a year.
A full year, yeah. We do an extravaganza. We actually invite 8 guests on at one time. We have 10 people in one audio
Just a round
stream.
table discussion.
A round table shit show because no one's going to get a word in edgewise. So we're all going to just be, and we bring up the most controversial topics we've ever talked about. That's what we do.
Yes.
That's what we'll do for our 1 year special.
All right.
Hot
I'm gonna
topics.
start reaching out. I'm gonna
in the
start
worst
reaching out to
ways.
celebrities.
Oof. Who would I want? So if you could get one celebrity, okay, let's talk this through here.
Okay.
If you could get one celebrity on the podcast for the year special, who would you want?
Is there any kind of criteria to it? Or
No.
can it be anybody as long as they're alive? Like they could actually physically be on the podcast. That's the only criteria.
So I would want them to have, at least a couple thousand followers on something like Instagram. So be like noticeable out in public by at least someone. I don't want you to be like, okay, well, my neighbor next door, it needs to be someone that has at least some type of influence, I think.
Okay. And they have to be alive.
Well, yeah, I think we definitely
Because
need to make
if
that
we were
together.
doing
Because
anyone-
I'm not inviting spirits onto the podcast for the 1 year special.
Well, I'm just going to throw out there then, if anyone was an option, it doesn't matter alive or dead, any point in time, I would be choosing Robin Williams 100% of the time. I wouldn't even have to second guess it. When it comes to alive, Ryan Reynolds.
Really? Ryan Reynolds?
He's a really funny guy. If you watch interviews and stuff with him, like he can just carry a conversation well, so not only is he like a cool, down to earth dude from everything I've ever heard about the guy, but it just seems like he would do well in the environment.
I would be okay with that. I don't like him as an actor, but maybe I'd feel differently by the end of it.
There you go.
Maybe.
I mean, you can like him as a person, but not like his work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of people that they act really well in the sense that if I met them in person, I'd probably want to smack them because I hate a character they play on a certain show
I get
or
that,
something.
yeah. Like Skyler from
uh,
fucking Breaking Bad.
Yeah, like Skyler or Charles Minor from The Office. I don't know if you know who that is by the name on it.
Wait, who's his character?
Charles Minor is his character.
Oh wait, well then who? Wait, what? Who? The Office.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna try and
Charles-
describe him because it's gonna sound terrible.
Charles
Because I don't want to
Minor.
just be like the black guy that
Oh, he took over as manager for a little while.
Yeah, he took Jan's job basically.
Yeah, he was a total dick the whole time.
Yeah. So I feel like if I ever met him in person, I'd be like, "You're such an asshole, Charles Minor. Like, get out of my office." So I wouldn't be able to deal with that.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds, though. Okay.
Who'd you pick?
Cool. My first initial thought was probably Will Wheaton.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he's into games. He's into board games a lot, and I think that'd be pretty cool. Plus, I feel like if we got him on the show and we got close with him, he would invite us on the tabletop, and then we could play board games.
Love
on
that.
his
That would be
YouTube channel. How
amazing.
sick would that be? That'd be sick.
Yeah,
I would love it.
So if we're gonna take Ryan Reynolds out of the equation, right? After you said Will Wheaton, my brain started churning. I would probably invite any cast member from Critical Role.
Oh, okay.
So like Matt Mercer, Sam Riegel, Laura Bailey, Travis Willingham, Taliesin Joffrey, fucking Caleb, whose name escapes me at the moment, and I'm really sorry because he's actually one of my favorite characters, and I can't believe I can't remember his name.
Wow, that's rude.
Liam. I can't remember his last name though, but it's Liam. Liam O'Brien. There it is. Boom, got it. Didn't have to Google it. Almost Googled it.
Almost. Yeah. That's cool. I mean, otherwise, I would probably want to invite like Linus Tech from Linus Tech Tips, because I mean, when it comes to tech, like his channel is pretty much the one I live or die by. So
yeah, but I feel like anything I would say to Linus, he would just be like, no.
Yeah, I think that is the case. I feel like I wouldn't be able to say any kind of opinion about anything tech-wise, because he'd be like, that's not the case. Let me tell you why. And you're like, oh, shit. Because I definitely feel like his knowledge supersedes mine by like 100 times when it comes to anything tech-oriented. Be like, Linus, so I'm thinking about getting this chip. He'd be like, you're a fool.
Why would you ever do such a thing? You just immediately start playing the outro music, just over top of the "You're a Fool." I'm like, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Linus hates us both. I'm glad we invited him. Fuck us. Okay.
We decided to shut down the podcast.
Yep. 1 year later, we're done. Oh gosh, that's funny. Okay. So what's new in your world this week?
As in this week that just passed, or upcoming, or
either or, whichever. Because it's not like we're going to talk during the. Well, I mean, we'll talk during the week, but it's not like we're.
No, we only talk on Sundays. Everybody, this idea of this is just a front. Like, we actually haven't met each other beforehand until the podcast. When this is all made up. But let's see. Monday we played our first playoffs game, and we went 2-0, pretty decisively. And then today before the podcast, had another D&D session. That was a good bit of fun. And then tomorrow we have our next playoff game. And we actually play the team that has given us the hardest time on tomorrow. So we're trying to prepare a little extra for them. And they are... I have 2 of them on my friends list. I have their bot lane on my friends list. And so, like, I constantly see them queuing together and practicing together. And so, like, they are really going hard for us. And, like, I've kind of become friends with the support and their AD carry, like, ask me for tips and stuff all the time. And now I'm like, nah, I face you next week, buddy. I'm not going to tell you how to beat me. Go. No.
Yeah.
But so I talk with him a lot, and he's kind of said, like, yeah, we're not sure what we're gonna do. Like, we've really talked a lot about banning out the bot lane, just using all our bans on you guys to force you on, like, not comfort picks. But at the same time, what if you don't really have any non-comfort picks, and then we just waste all our bans? So maybe we'll go other places. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna tell you what to do in that situation, but
try and just take the cheese out of it.
Yeah.
Now so that brings me 2 questions. One, how many weeks in the playoffs are there, assuming you keep winning? Like, is this week going to put you in the semifinals, and then, or how's it?
So here's the confusing part. They originally advertised it as only 2 weeks of playoffs, right? So with 6 teams in the round robin, you would assume that the bottom 2 teams don't make it into playoffs, and then it's just semifinals and finals. But that ended up not being the case. Everyone went into it. So now we're kind of confused. Like, is this
semifinals about to happen this week?
Yeah, is this semifinals and next week is finals?
Finals, yeah, that's what I would think if every team went into it. That's They still didn't give you a bracket though, did they? Because you had asked for a bracket last week, right?
Yep, I asked for one and they said that they would do it. Like, yeah, we have one. We just need to share it with everybody, and it's never been shared.
Oh wow, they're really on top of it. That's good.
Yeah. I mean, they were putting a lot of resources into some other things that I'm actually, like, glad they're putting resources over there instead than just giving me a visual bracket.
Yeah, but I mean, how hard is it to be like, yeah, we've got a photo of it, let's share it on the Discord that all of you are probably in, like, boom, upload.
Yeah, well,
I mean, how hard is that, honestly?
It really isn't that hard whatsoever.
Yeah. But, so don't tell me, like, oh, well, they're putting resources. I'm like, no. Take 10 minutes. We got the photos. We even draw it in paint and upload it. I don't care. At least we get a visual.
Yeah,
make some shitty boxes, put some names in them. Yeah.
But I do know that they're working on a stats website for only league stats. So one of the issues right now, I think we might have gone over this last week. One of the issues right now is when I go to scout a team, I can only see what they're playing in actual, like, match-made games. within, like, I can't see the custom matches that they set up to go against other people. So I don't know, like, yeah, this guy, he played 15 Draven games this week, but they never actually pick Draven in their tournament games, and like I have no way of seeing what they actually pick in their tournament matches, what their win rates and KDAs are and whatnot in there. So they're working on a website where you'll be submitting the hyperlinks to the match results, and it'll pull everyone's KDAs and the champions that were played and the bans and put it all on the website, so you can scout the teams that way. So you can actually see, they put a lot of priority on
a lot of those stat sites that already exist for League, don't they show custom games for players?
No, they used to.
Oh, they used to. They don't anymore. Yeah. I was going to say, I thought they already did show custom, so just type up a website that scrapes those websites and then pulls it in. Like, it would take an hour.
Yeah. I mean, if it was still that way, yeah. But
I'm surprised there's none to do that anymore.
API or something like that. I mean, op.gg is like the go-to for it, and it doesn't anymore, which is a bit of a bummer because it's kind of frustrating to not really know what they're picking in their matches. Because that's like,
makes
for
it
us,
difficult.
I do not play. I intentionally do not play the 80 carries that I pick in our tournament matches whenever I'm just playing the game that they can go and look up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want them to be able to see it. Because then if they don't see it, they ain't banning it.
Oh, yeah, even this site just shows ranked and then normals. It doesn't show anything else.
Yeah, and it had
see.
something to do with, like, they changed the API around, and it doesn't.
Yeah, they may have changed it on the backside, so it made it more difficult for them to get a hold of the data, because they're just scraping data from the League server,
and I think they did that whenever they added in the practice tool. Because, like, you could just be flooding these websites with all these practice games that people were just going in and, hitting the add 10K button 10 times to get up to 100,000 and leveling themselves up to 18 in 10 seconds to just practice out combos and stuff. So I think they're just like, nah.
I mean, you should be able to narrow down which ones are custom and legitimate, which ones are at practice, but maybe because of the way they code it, you can't. I don't know. Impossible to tell. I'd have to actually look at it, but I'm not going to do that. Well, at least they'll have a site, but in the meantime, they can take 10 minutes to upload the damn bracket so you know which actual, what branch in the playoffs you're actually in this week.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Come on. Get on board. Fuck.
I mean,
you got nothing. You're like, there's no excuse.
Yeah. I'll just message support right now. Hey, where's that bracket we were promised?
Yeah, where's it at? You told us this last week, so.
I'm doing it. Here we go.
Do it. Yeah,
at
get it done.
ESDL support. Hey, we were told that we would get a visual bracket of the playoffs rounds. Any word on that?
Like today?
I know the bracket next week. It's us versus someone in the finals.
Assuming it's the finals, anyway.
I mean, it would have to be.
That's what I would think, yeah.
Unless
you just
they're doing double elimination.
Yeah, who knows? Okay. Let's see. Well, this week, yesterday and today, actually, I moved officially.
Yeah.
One apartment, about 65 feet down the sidewalk to another one. Went pretty well overall. So I took off Friday, and then we got the key later in the afternoon. So we actually got most of the stuff done on Friday, and then we moved all the extra heavy stuff yesterday. So I want to tell you Houdini's experience yesterday.
Okay.
Because it was interesting. So when we started moving, Houdini immediately cowered underneath the bed in the bedroom.
In the old bedroom?
Which is not surprising. That's where she likes to go. Yeah. So I'm like, we'll leave her under the bed. I told Liz, I was like, what's going to happen is, I'm going to pull the bed apart. I'm going to put the mattress and the box spring against the wall, and I'm going to lean it because I know she's going to climb it. So I need to make sure it's leaning so she doesn't knock it down and nearly kill herself. And I was like, she's going to climb it. She's going to eventually get down from it and then decide that she wants to hang out in the gap between the wall and the bed. That's what she's going to do. So, I took the bed apart, moved the mattress off. She didn't come out from underneath, picked up the box spring, and she was like, what's happening? I'm under here. And
I don't
so,
like
yeah, so I pulled that off and put him up against the wall. Within 10 minutes, she's sitting on top of the mattress. She climbed up the side of it and was sitting on the top of it. And after that, she cowered in between the mattress and the wall, like I figured. So that's where she was staying. And so I'm like, that's where she'll be until we move the mattress and the box spring. And then I don't really know where she's going to go. Like, there's really no other spots. At least in my mind, there weren't any other spots. So we were moving the box spring and the mattress. My brother had just gotten to the apartment. And we're moving the mattress, and she's freaking out because she's like, what am I going to do? So all of our blankets are on the floor that were on that bed. And she bundled herself, like burrowed herself under all the blankets and just laid there. Couldn't find her half the time. I think we went back there and checked on her like 2 or 3 times, and we couldn't actually find her. We had to move the blankets apart before we could find her sitting in there. She was terrified.
Jeez.
Poor girl. She did not want to come out. And every time you lift the blankets up and looked at her, she would like cower a little bit more into the blankets. And she's like, please leave me alone. Please just leave me here to die. So then eventually, you have to get the blankets out, right? You got to get the cat out. So I put her in the carrier, the pet carrier, which she had already been in a day before because we went to the vet to do the whole anal gland thing again. She doesn't like getting in that thing, but I guess in her mind at the time, it seemed safer than being out in the room. So she immediately walked in and was like, yeah, just put me in here. Take me away.
I don't care where this goes as long as it's away from here.
Yep, it needs to be out of this spot. So she was the last thing to leave that apartment. So we put her in the carrier, 65 feet down the sidewalk, put her in the new apartment, put her in the new bedroom with the new bed, open it. She immediately cowers out and goes underneath the bed, and we don't see her for another 4 hours.
Poor girl, man.
That was her day. She came out later in the night and looked around. I don't think she ate anything at all last night, to my knowledge. I gave her wet food, which she normally cannot wait to have. She did not touch it at all. So she had a rough day. She was not feeling it.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah, she was not feeling it. She's definitely better today. She's been out and about and running around and kind of sniffing and everything and jumping in all the boxes because we have a ton of empty boxes, or we did, I should say. And of course, she feels the need to be in all of those.
Yep.
So. But yeah, all in all, it went pretty well. It was not too bad.
There's more space in this apartment, right?
Yeah, so I was living in a 1-bedroom, and my office and everything, my gaming setup was all in the dining room space. So it felt very echoey to me when I would be doing the podcast because it's bouncing off the wall into the living room and stuff. Whereas now we're in a 2-bedroom. So now we have a new bed and a spare bed for guests, which Mike is coming to visit soon. So he'll have a bed. And then my office is now in its own separate room, which is nice.
Nice.
That'll be a big benefit because there's been a lot of times where I'm either recording this or at work. And if Liz is off work and trying to make food or be in the kitchen at all, it's kind of difficult. So
yeah, this
makes it much easier.
Yeah, there wasn't too many times though where I heard clanging around or heard an echo that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, she was usually pretty good about that. Didn't want to inconvenience me, but I'm sure it was an inconvenience for her to just lay in bed and be like, I'm hungry, I want food. But he's still out there doing that podcast thing.
Stupid fucking podcast.
Damn podcast, always taking me away from my food or my tea.
I get that feeling. I understand.
Yeah, get cranky. But yeah, and then, gaming wise for me this week, I don't think I've done much. I've played more of the Xenoblade Chronicle 2. I'm not done with it. I did find one gripe with that game that I'm a little disappointed in. So the Torna Gold Country is just an expansion on the initial game. So it's like a 20-30 hour expansion version. Okay. So the problem I ran into is when you do side quests, when you finish the side quest for someone like an NPC, they join your community, and when enough NPCs join your community, then your community levels up. So there have been 2 times now in the story mode where it basically goes, you can't progress in the story anymore until you get community level 2. And I'm like, okay, so you're basically forcing me to do the side quest content to extend the length of the game.
Yeah.
Because it would be shorter otherwise. I was like, okay. So the first time I did it, and then I just hit another wall So the other wall I'm at, it's like, hey, you can't progress any further until you're community level 4. I'm not even community level 3 yet. So I'm like, fuck, that is a lot of side quests that I have to do before I can actually get back into the story. But then I think when I get back into the story, I think it's like the end section of the game. I think I'm like doing the final run basically and finishing up the game. So but I don't like that approach of, hey, we didn't make enough story content, or a way to save us on development time is we just kind of pigeonhole you into the side quest.
Yeah.
Not really a big fan of that, but I mean, I like side quests. I was going to do them anyway, but
See, I'm not a side quest guy, so that would annoy me.
yeah, you would hate it then.
I already do.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to do them regardless, but it's just like, I don't want to be told I have to do them. I want to do them because I want to do them. Don't get after me.
I don't want to do them at all.
Ever.
But for real, though, I don't.
Yeah, well, I think you play RuneScape where you probably have to do some.
Nope. I mean,
No?
yeah, but I don't.
No, okay. You make Alex do it. I see.
There you go.
Like, Alex, I gotta do the side quest. You want to log in my account, get that done for me, so I can do that thing later?
Next time Alex is on, maybe we talk to him about that stuff.
About the RuneScape side quest, or all the money you're paying him to do all your questing for you.
Buddy, I have given him very little money. All right.
He voluntarily just is like, I'm excited.
No. Well, we'll like trade doing things for each other. Or like I really only ask for things that like I want to do this and it's locked behind this quest, so will you do this quest for me? Whereas there's other people that are like, I want every quest in the game done because I want the quest cape that comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the goal, do all the quests for me. So I don't want to do too much. We'll let Alex talk about all that next time he's on. I think that would be a good thing to talk about with him.
I see. Okay.
But yeah,
Let's see. So what's do you have any topics for gaming news this week? Anything come up that you saw?
Gaming news? No. I have solidified that the RuneScape community is a bunch of fucking man children this week.
Whoa. What happened there?
It's just the truth. And anyone who plays the game will admit it, even the man children themselves, because they think that everyone else is the man children. So, old school RuneScape, it was, hey, we changed the game to RuneScape 3 and you guys didn't like it. We're going to go back. We're going to go back to a 2007 version of the game and we're going to start there. And, like we'll give you the old school experience that you wish you had and keep that experience for you. It's like, great. And they do community polls. That's how new stuff gets released. They poll it to the community. And they vote yes and no, and if it passes, great, they put it in. And if it doesn't, then they don't. So they've been trying to add a new skill. And it's called warding and, yada yada. I'm not going to go into the details of it, but so many people are losing their shit because of warding. And they're like, no, adding a new skill is not keeping the game old school anymore. It's not '07 RuneScape. And fucking, you're making it into RS3 if you add new skills, blah, blah, blah. And it's so annoying because it's like, all right, if you want to play just straight '07 old school, then every other update they've done, all the quests that they've added since then, all the gear, all the bosses and stuff, get rid of it. Drop it on the ground. You don't get to nitpick. Like, you can't use that as your argument. You could say like, nah, I just don't like the skill. I don't think it'd be fun for me, and or I don't think it would be good for the game. I think it would take the game in a bad direction or whatever. That's valid. But saying, meh, no, it's not old school. No, it's not. It wasn't an original skill, so you can't have it. No, that's
they're
fucking
gonna
stupid.
cherry pick
Move
the
on.
features on it. Yeah, they're just cherry picking bullshit for the sake of like they don't agree with it.
Yeah, it's really fucking stupid. Like if you don't know because you're like, yeah, I just don't like the skill and I don't think it's a good fit for the game, then that's fine. Whatever. You're entitled to your opinion. That's why there's a poll. At least read the blog of the skill and understand it and everything before you. Like there's people that are like, yeah, I have multiple accounts and I'm gonna make all of them a member so that way I can go vote no on all of the accounts to do my part in making sure that this game stays as old school as possible. Yeah, it's like what the fuck, man.
That's funny. Do my part of contributing to this like toxic behavior.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. So irritating.
That's stupid.
Yeah, like people are like, no, I have all the skills maxed out, and if they add a new skill, then I won't have my maxed cape anymore.
Oh no,
It's
I'd
like,
have to put in more work.
oh no, you'd have to keep playing the game, bummer,
Oh my
dude.
goodness. So let's talk a little bit about this headset journey that you're taking here, because all of a sudden you're just like, hey, what's the cracking about? I'm like, well, so you are getting a headset. So what made this decision happen? What happened here?
Well, ever since Ekko has started chewing on my mic, I know that it's on a time limit now. It's only a matter of time until these bite marks have loosened something up in there or whatever, and it's gonna shit the bed eventually, sooner than normal. So I've just been kind of keeping my eyes open, and I came across the Kraken, and what I liked about it was, one, the ear cups are really big and really deep, and I got big
Hmm.
ears. Um, and I have that industrial piercing.
I was gonna say the industrial is probably more of the issue, really. I mean, the big ears, yeah, I could see that, but obviously the industrial is not as flexible as your actual ears would be.
Yeah, yeah. And so I was like, oh, like, I like that. Those are nice and big. And then it's like, oh, it has this cooling gel in it, so that way it stays nice and cool against the skin. And it has small indents where the temples of your glasses go. And I was like, oh, I like that too, because like sometimes the ear cups, if they're sitting on my glasses wrong, like I got to get them in just the right spot to not bother the temple of my glasses. So,
Hmm.
and then I just kind of fell down the rabbit hole.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I was looking at the Kraken. Audio seems fine. Like I don't have an issue with it. I was just looking for like within the budget that you'd told me, reviews for people that I typically go to for reviews on stuff.
Like
And then I
hardware
found
Canucks
that,
and
yeah, Hardware Canuck is one I listen to because I feel like he's very unbiased, and I
yeah.
appreciate the enthusiasm he typically has when he finds something that he really, really likes. Like you get a
Mhm.
sense that he doesn't really like it because it's like, oh, it's free and it came to me. He's really like, this is my favorite. Here's why, and you can feel that kind of enthusiasm, and that's what I appreciate about his reviews. That's actually part of the reason I end up getting that glorious Model O mouse. Is because of his enthusiasm on it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
maybe
I
he
watch them
told me on
sometimes.
that sucker. Yeah. So he had the Arctic, what was his Steel Series Arctic 7, which I think I'd sent you. But then his
Yeah.
favorite is that Sennheiser Game 1 headset, which is I mean, it's basically the exact same one that I have. I don't use it for the podcast because I have a different mic, but it's the same headset that I have.
Yeah. Now I saw his video about this one, about the Game One headset. Because when I fell down the rabbit hole, I fell down the rabbit hole of looking at reviews on YouTube. Um, and yeah, I mean, I like it, but I would want the white one. In all honesty, I would.
Which I
I
think the
just,
white one was like $20 more expensive, which put it to like
it's like
160 or something.
$40 more.
Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it's
pushed
40.
it
I'm
to like
looking at it now.
$150 or something like that.
160,
160. Okay. Yeah, that's what
and
I
it's
thought. Which,
used.
oh,
So is it
yeast.
just like a limited edition one or something, and that's why it's more expensive, or what?
I'm not sure. So the one that I have is the PC37X, I think,
Uh-huh.
37X.
That's the one
So
that
I
they
got
did with Mass
mine
Drop, right?
from Yeah, I got mine from Mass Drop when it came out. I saw it. I needed a new headset because I think I was using the Cloud HyperX, and I didn't really like it. And I was like, I like Sennheiser as a brand. I trust the way that they do audio. They're a really big company when it comes to audio, and part of that is because I'm friends with Mike and he's an audiophile, and I mean you can't really talk to him about audio and not hear about Sennheiser, honestly.
Yeah.
So I saw it and I was like, you know what, this seems like a good price point, and that's what I've used ever since, and I love it. I have no issues
Mhm.
with it at all. I mean, I think probably the biggest downside for you is that you want to be wireless, ideally. I mean, you mentioned that you were willing to give up that, which definitely surprised me. Um, I
Well, I
didn't
started thinking,
expect
I was
that.
like, how often am I like actually really taking advantage of the wireless? In all honesty, it's mostly uh, I'm like, "Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, and I go to the bathroom, or I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like put the dishes away, but I don't want to have to stop talking to whoever I'm talking to, like that kind of thing, really. But it's not that
Yeah.
big of a deal,
I
really. I
mean
just,
the the one that I have, the Mass Drop version of it is 120 on Mass Drop, and you can still buy it, but it's not, it's just black. It's, it's nothing fancy. So they don't have the white one's a used one, you said?
From that link you sent me, the white says used from 169.
Let's take a look. One game. Wait. Oh, that one's refurbished for $89. I mean, refurbished may not be terrible, but I don't know. It
No,
still seems a little.
isn't this what do they call it? Like open acoustic or something?
Open back headset, you mean?
Yeah, is that what it is? Like it
No,
doesn't
it's
really
not open
seal the
back.
sound in.
No, they're not open back headsets. At least not.
Yeah,
Mine
okay.
is not, and they use the same driver and everything in the game one, so it shouldn't be. No.
Okay. Yeah,
Which is
'cause
good. I mean, I don't know if you like open back headsets or not, but I don't typically prefer them. It's a very different audio stage than
well, and
closed
everything
back
leaks
ones.
out a lot, doesn't it? In
Other
those
people can
type.
hear your audio very easily,
Yeah,
yes.
I play in the living room where Britt likes to watch
Yeah,
TV
I
and
mean, she
stuff,
would be able to hear
so
you cut, like she'd be able to hear like Danny cussing up a storm or whoever. Um, so there would be that. Yeah, it
yeah,
says
so
closed
those are
back
a no.
design. So I mean, yeah, it looks like you would have to go with the black ones. I don't see.
This says open back design.
Wait, I may have found some.
Open back design keeps head cool while delivering extreme sonic clarity and accuracy, courtesy of Sennheiser's model-specific
The link that
transducer
I sent you
technology.
says closed back or open back.
Yep, it's the second to
Uh,
last bullet point.
oh yeah, it is. That's not accurate because I mean, hold on, let me send you this one real quick. So this one's white for 149. It is the same thing sent by Sennheiser. That's who actually sells this one instead of who sells the other. Well, it says the same. So hold on, let me send this to you real quick. So this link, I mean, it says close back. It's the first bullet point.
That's the game 0.
Oh, you're right.
Okay.
You're right. That's the difference. Game one, I don't know why it would be open back. Mine are not open back, and it's supposed to replicate basically the same design as the PC37.
I don't know.
Let's look at the.
I was looking at the Sennheiser, the GSP series as well. GSP like the 300 and the 600.
Yeah, it looks like also open back. Although it says that open back is really good for environmental awareness. So you hear what happens around you.
I mean, I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, so I would maybe not go those. I just by the design looking at it, I thought it was closed back. I didn't realize it was an open back style. So maybe the Steel series then, because I mean, the review on the mic seemed pretty good. Was it the Artist 7? I think
Yeah, I just sent a link for the GSP 301s by Sennheiser.
those look like they got a pretty good ear cup size.
Yeah.
Closed back, closed design, reticle boom microphone. Yeah, I mean, if you're thinking about going the Sennheiser route, honestly, I think it's one of those things that we like link it and tag Mike on, which I'll do right now. I'll tag him on it because if anyone's going to have like a decent opinion on it, I think it's going to be him. I mean, he did audio engineering and stuff in college, so he's got a better understanding of that stuff than I do.
Yeah. I mean, really, the mic's just really important.
Yeah, it would be a bummer to spend that kind of money and then the mic sucks, and you're like, well, I could have just kept the mic that's being chewed on by the cat and have the same experience.
Yeah. I mean, there's that whole mod mic thing, but
See, I do like the mod
get a
mic just
whole
because.
headset for that price, though.
Yeah, but the reason I suggest the mod mic is just specifically from a Bitwit video that I watched where he had got the mod mic sent to him, attached it to a headset, and he went in to random games of Fortnite and asked people what they thought of his mic audio. And just about everybody was like, that's probably the best mic audio I've ever heard. Like everyone said things similar to that. So I was like, well, damn, I think that might be worth it.
What's the new one? The mod mic 6.
Yeah, I mean, there's a mod mic. I mean, one of the mod mics is $70-$80, and then I think there's another one. It's like 100 and something or another. Do they have a
This one's
return policy?
120.
Is that the wireless one? I think the wireless one's like the really expensive one.
Yes, yeah, it's wireless.
Which
Like,
I
what if
mean,
it doesn't?
if it was wireless and it was really good, then it would suit your wireless headset, and you would kind of get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, but would the frequencies interfere with each other, do you think? I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not entirely sure. That's why I asked, what's their return policy? You know, can you try it for a week and be like, it's garbage, doesn't work for me. Warranty and returns. Hold on. Valid proof of purchase to be covered under our exchange and refund. Exchange policy, refund policy, 30-day return policy with a refund minus shipping and handling if you aren't satisfied. I think you would know in less than 30 days.
I think you'd know the first time you fucking use it.
Well, either that or the first time we record an episode and I go, dude, what did you do? Your mic sounds like shit. You're like, really? I dropped $120 on this fucking thing. And then you go on, like, that episode will just be like, here's how you return your mod mic. We're going through the application process.
Have you ever wondered how to return a purchase you regret buying?
How many purchases have you regretted buying, but the process of returning was just too annoying? So you're like, fuck it, I'll eat the cost.
How many times have you not even tried to figure out if the process was complicated or not?
That's accurate. That too. Where you're just like, oh, I don't really like this. Or within or you use it for 10 days, but it has a 30-day return, but you don't even pay attention and you just never use it again. You're like, well, fuck. Oh well.
Include installation for an extra $200 on the mod mic. What the fuck's the installation? Yeah,
what?
let me just
on the wireless
stick this on your headset. Yeah.
I thought it was just sticking on a headset, maybe some software, but how else would they?
I don't know. I mean, there's like a little USB dongle, but
yeah, it's got a
paying
dongle.
$200 for someone to come fucking plug that in. Are you kidding me?
White glove service to plug it in too. Like a guy literally comes in with white gloves. You know, the kind of people that deliver your couches and your TVs. You better come in with a fucking
bag of cocaine too for that price.
I mean, that's fair, and you probably get that in Worcester, honestly. That's probably accurate. It's more likely to be heroin, though. I think you're more likely to get heroin.
Why not both?
I don't know. I just remember heroin being. I remember heroin being more popular, and a lot of it was like really bad quality heroin.
This makes us sound like we're the ones doing the heroin. It's not us, guys.
No. Okay, it's not us. Okay, in my defense.
Because you're like, yeah, I just remember it being really bad quality.
Okay, in my defense. Okay, hold on. So when I lived in Worcester, the person that I rented from was a manager of the toxicology department at the hospital. So he handled all those kind of cases. He was a doctor. And I just remember he came over to help. I think they were installing a new microwave or something that we managed to break. And, he bought a new one and he was installing it. And we were talking about working at the hospital and things like that. And he just told us like, oh, heroin's the biggest issue we have in this area. It's like all the time, constant heroin overdose. And it's mostly because it's just really bad quality heroin. It's not good quality. It's like mixed with all kinds of shit. And so people die all the time. And then we got in the conversation of like, do some people really deserve to be saved? Because I feel like I don't know. I was like, I'm going to stretch it and see if we get along. So I'm like, I'm going to say something like that. And his response. When
do you just agree that natural selection that sometimes?
I know. That's what I said. I was like, does everybody really deserve to be saved? Given the decisions that they make, and thinking that this would make or break our relationship as renter and rentee. But what he said was like, yeah, I get you 100%. I think about that all the time. And I'm like, oh shit, we're friends.
Oh.
So no, I wasn't doing the heroin. I can't vouch for Pat, but I was not doing any heroin. I just had
the cocaine though. Chris was all. No, I'm just kidding. Chris was not.
We got so off topic. Oh my
People
god!
So the mod
mic. So the mod mic comes with cocaine and an installation. So they plug in your USB dongle.
And they hold your nostril.
What?
Why you do the cocaine?
I mean, I guess. So I personally. So if I was in your situation, I was looking for a mix between a good microphone and a wireless solution at the same time, being that you're kind of coming to the conclusion that you may not use that as frequently as you think. I still think mod mic. Now,
I just have a hard time spending $120 on just the mic when I can get.
Well, I was going to say the other thing is if you are comfortable with the whole wired process of it now. I mean, you could get the 5, I think it's $70. Granted, that still probably feels terrible for a mic, honestly. But then your other option you were talking about was the blue snowball and a boom arm, which I don't think that's going to work out for you, unfortunately.
I wouldn't really have so I was looking at a bunch of them and I liked the snowball because of it being small and compact,
Right.
But
I mean,
just
if you were
with the
just going to
way
use
that my
it
desk
for,
is.
yeah, I was going to say, if you're just going to use it for the podcast, you could leave it on the stand and just break it out for the podcast once a week. But I feel like if you're going to invest in a good mic, then you'd want to use it more frequently for other things.
Exactly. I'd want to use that shit all
And
the time.
yeah, and stuff like that, like you're going to want a boom arm for it. And yeah, your desk does not really suit a boom arm particularly well.
Yeah, I'm going to send you a picture right now.
I already have a picture. You sent me one earlier.
No. Well, I sent you. I had to text Britt to send me that picture because I was at D&D when we were talking about it. So I had her come take a picture of the side of my desk.
Take a picture of the desk. That's why you said 1 second.
Yeah. So the back of it, I could totally attach one to the back. So I don't need to send you a picture of that. But I'm gonna send you like a picture of where like it would have to go and why that would be like problematic.
Well, and if the arm isn't long enough, that would be an issue. Is there any kind of boom arm solution for the side of a desk?
I saw ones that I could like bolt into places, like because my desk used to have a top piece to it that had different shelves and stuff on it, and that's no longer there. So there's little holes in there where that connected. So I could like maybe do that in there, but I'm pretty sure most of those are kind of toward the back anyways, and where my monitor, not my monitor, I'm sorry, where my tower is, it covers them because my tower has to go on this side of my desk. So it's against the wall, so that way if the cats are fucking off whenever I'm not home.
Oh, they do. They fuck off.
I know they do. Schmidt still has these times where he will hop up on top of my tower and lay down, and I'll get up to go over to get him off, and he'll just like perk up and just go like, no, please, God, just one time. I'm like, no, get down.
You're that, or he's like, come on, fight me.
Yeah.
Fight me. I will bite you.
Like he loves being up there, but he knows he's not allowed up there. So I know he gets up there whenever I'm not home. I know it for a fact.
Yeah, because we've covered that. We know the cats. When you're not home, they may not do that stuff. But the moment you leave, they're like, "Oh fuck yeah."
Yeah. So my desk is a little messy at the moment, but here's a picture. I just sent it into Discord.
So it'd have to go back
channel,
near the
so not
lava
everyone
lamp,
can see. Yeah, I would have to like get rid of the lava lamp so it could shoot out that gap there.
Ooh, that is a tight gap, and no arm kind of bends the way you would want it to bend for that.
Exactly. Now, if the very end of it swiveled, I could
see that,
kind of like swivel that over there, but I couldn't really find one that had a good swivel point right there.
Yeah, most that are going to bend out most that are going to bend out are going to bend out right over top of your mouse, and it's going to be really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you'd have to do it like over top of your monitor in front of your face, and that would just be even worse.
That would bug me. That would bug the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's just not. I don't think it's a suitable solution for you, unfortunately.
If I had a different desk, it wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, if you had a different desk with a lip on the sides, then it would be easy peasy.
Yeah, I've thought about getting
on the left side or something, but
I don't know.
I don't know. You get into that venture, and then it's like, I don't know. You find that you could spend a shit ton of money on stuff that you feel like you want upgrades on. I don't know. It's a scary venture. So I don't know. We'll continue to look at the headphones. Are you planning on buying anything soon, or are you just gonna keep researching until?
I would like to soon, but I don't know. I guess my birthday is also coming up, and Britt has offered to like get me a new headset for my birthday, or get me like a new mechanical keyboard.
I think the headset would be a better buy. And I mean, the good news about something like the Kraken is you could pick that up at Best Buy.
I can't get the white one at Best Buy. I already looked into it.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you'd have to order that one. But I mean, yeah, I think the headset would be a good option. The Kraken might be better, especially if Ekko continues to chew on it. You would just have to make sure to keep the headset out of like reach for the cat.
Yeah, I mean, so like you can probably see in the first picture I sent you, there's you can see like this little white thing on the edge of the desk. That's a little command hook that I put on the edge of the desk to hang the headset on.
Mm-hmm.
just to keep it out of the way. But I would
Yeah.
have to do something different, and I wouldn't do that with the Kraken anyways, because then the cable would drape across like where my legs go, and that
Well, I
wouldn't be
think the
fun if I don't have my
Kraken,
headset on.
the microphone can push into the headset too, right? Like you can
Yeah, but not all the way. It still sticks out some, and
sticks
that
out a little bit,
little
but I think that
bugger
might
might still
be,
chew it.
yeah, it might, but I feel like that would be less enticing than a whole, arm
Whole
length coming off
dangly
of
bit
it.
out there.
Yeah, yeah, because I feel like that's more enticing for the cat to really kind of nibble on.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but I don't know. And with the Kraken, I can also go to Best Buy and try it on.
Oh, can you? They have it
Yeah,
on display? I thought they just had it like boxed up.
they do. Whenever I got this one, the Corsair, I was able to try it on, but I was only trying on the wireless one, so I didn't try the Kraken one on because it was wired.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But I remember seeing it there, and I assume it would still be there because Razer products sell like fucking hotcakes out of Best Buy. So
Yeah, they have that shit there all the time now.
yeah,
I mean, we've talked about them before. They're the Apple of the like elite gaming scene, basically.
yeah,
So, okay. We'll have to see what you end up deciding. But I'll keep looking into some of those options and we'll see what
yeah. We'll
Mike
see.
says.
Yeah, and
So,
I don't know. I'll figure it out. Whatever.
yeah, doesn't have to happen today.
No, it
Tomorrow,
does.
maybe, though.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, probably. So, all right. So, on gaming news, we'll kind of go through this real quick. We're already pushing an hour. We haven't even gotten to it. Just rambling about bullshit here. Um, Really nothing super exciting, at least not that I've seen. I've been focused on other things, so I haven't exactly been paying attention. I did post a video about the Hyperdrift laptop in the gaming news section of our Discord earlier this week. I don't know if you got a chance to take a look at that, Pat, but it's a pretty unique looking laptop.
I don't know how I feel about the whole like the way the pad, like the trackpad and shit is.
Yes, I think that so the design of this laptop is that the keyboard slides down and the trackpad slides down at an angle. So what it does is exposes, I think it's two more fans to allow for extreme cooling because it runs like, the best specs basically you can have in a laptop. So this allows for a lot more cooling.
And just laptops in
The
general run hot.
Yeah, yeah, and well, I think it has similar performance to desktops because of that additional movement of the keyboard. So it kind of puts the mouse trackpad at a weird angle, kind of like a wrist rest for a keyboard, is what I see it as, and it kind of functions as that too. But from what I've heard, using the trackpad that angle is a little weird, but the keyboard experience is apparently fantastic.
Interesting.
Although there's a turbo button on the keyboard for those fans, and if you press that button, it sounds like that fucking thing's gonna take off into space.
It's just
Yeah, it jumped from, I think it was like 43 decibels to like 65 or 68 decibels or something when you hit that turbo button.
Dear Lord. Got a mini jet engine on your
Yeah,
desk.
that thing was gonna take off. So I mean, if you're looking for high performance laptops, I mean, it looks cool. I really like the design of it. I thought it was really neat to see something like that. It doesn't serve me any kind of use personally, but I thought it was pretty neat. So
Hmm.
we got that. The UK is still looking to ban games that have monetization available for children, even after EA's whole court hearing and all that shit where they did them. What was it? The
Surprise mechanics.
surprise mechanics and all that stuff. So there were some great videos that have come out recently with a lot of testimonials from people that have fallen victim to monetization, the predatory monetization stuff, or people that have had their children end up spending thousands of dollars and things of that nature. And a lot of people aren't really paying attention to that stuff. Will say, well, the parents need to do this and that. Honestly, I would say that watch those videos. Like they have good arguments as to why it's not really necessarily the parents' fault, and companies should probably be more responsible.
Hmm.
But and then on top of that, another video surfaced recently of a developer giving a lecture on how they manipulate their consumers to spend money on their games. So that was a pretty fucked up video.
Did you link
I
that
think it
one?
was. I did not link that one. It was
I
a
say I
video.
don't remember seeing that.
I believe the guy was one of the developers or one of the people that worked for Candy Crush, and he gave a lecture on the psychological things that they do to manipulate consumers into spending money in their Candy Crush games, like how they trick you into spending money and the stuff that they do to try and get you to spend more money.
Huh.
It's a fucked up video, honestly.
Can
To see the guy
we?
talking about it, like, oh yeah, this is what we do, and he's just having the best day of his life. And to see that, I was just like, this is fucked. I